Hey, how's your guys' day been? Everything good? I hope so. It's been pretty good for me. Pretty basic day. Went to college. I kind of did some work, took some notes loosely. I just kind of fucked around today, honestly. Wasn't too bad. Did my laundry, got all my shit cleaned up, daily tasks. Anyway, hope you guys are doing good. But I think what I wanted to talk about tonight was a little bit about YouTube and just kind of corporate culture I've found in my 18 years of living. I actually just got done watching this video by Tommy in it. YouTube's changed. If you guys haven't seen it, I highly recommend watching it. He really does just talk about how YouTube's changed and how it's more about views and pushing the idea of success. And if you don't reach your highest goal that you've ever set for yourself, if you fall anything short, it makes you feel like a failure. And I have felt that way kind of a lot throughout the corporate world, especially with the jobs I've worked and whatnot. And I definitely do see that even if I'm just looking through my recommended, the shit I watch, you'll see like all these different YouTubers and all these different faces. You got the Ludwig, you got the Cody Co, you got some random shit, you got Jinxie. All of them have the same format. They all have some like clickbaity title and some like their face in the middle and them like in the process of reacting to something or just a really stupid edited video thumbnail. And it does genuinely feel like what he's saying is really real. It's not, YouTube has not been a place lately where random people can just say what they want to say and just make videos because they think it's fun. It's become a place where people see it as a job and they need to make this career work and they need to do anything they can to get views and to make money. Which, on one hand, if I do these videos for a long time, which I do intend to do, and they become very successful somehow, I would love the money portion, obviously, but that's not why I'm starting it. I'm not going into this caring about money. If I was guaranteed never to make any money from this, truly, genuinely, I would still make videos. Now, as life got more intense and as I grow up a little bit, I might lean away from that and focus on things that might actually make money. But I'll never truly give this up as a hobby. Again, huge shout out to Tommy in it. I've been watching him for years. He's super funny. I love the guy. Very real man. I really do like him. As you can see, Stephen He and all these other big YouTubers commenting on it too. Just congratulating him for his work. Jacksepticeye. Like, I really do like this man. But I do feel like more of a job now than it is a just like a hobby or like something fun to do. And for me, it's gotten annoying. YouTube has always been a big part of my childhood, and I'm not really sure why everything changed. I feel like the Mr. Beasts of YouTube have all just severely changed the corporate life of YouTube, and it shouldn't. I feel like it never should have been like that. I think a lot of people feel the same way. Tommy explained how he felt the same way. And I kind of want to do something different. I don't I don't want to create the same type of content or the same type of things that other people do. I kind of want this to be kind of unedited and raw and just letting you really feel the emotions in my voice. And like I'm kind of a I don't know, I don't really have a lot of emotion in my voice. I kind of just say shit, but it feels real. And this is the one place that has really allowed me to just say what I want to say and not have to have a filter and just, who knows, maybe somebody will relate to it and like it. I don't know. But regardless, I do feel like YouTube has changed for the worse. And especially with all these allegations coming out against these bigger YouTubers like Mr. Beast scamming and shit like that, whether you choose to believe them or not, whatever your thoughts are about them, the fact is there's a lot more drama in the air with YouTubers, I feel, once they start trying to make it a corporate business job. Like, YouTube is a business, and every YouTuber is the employees of YouTube. It is a business. Like, I'm not denying that. It's just when they really start acting like it, and like the only purpose of content is to get views and to get people to like them and click on their video, that's when it feels wrong. And that's not what I want to do, honestly. I would just love to make videos and talk about random shit and just, like, I don't really want to have to do all that, you know? Seems like too much work for, honestly, not enough reward. Like, only a few YouTubers who really try to do that seem like that method works for them, and it all feels like luck. Oh, shit. But I don't really want to have to rely off luck and doing something I hate, because if I were to step up and try to do something like that, I would hate it. I would genuinely not like it at all. YouTube would not become a fun, safe spot for me, and it wouldn't be the nostalgic part of my childhood I've always remembered it as. And I would like to hold on to that. I would like to keep that. And I've always loved the feeling I get from watching new YouTubers or just discovering people I really, really like to watch. And I feel like now there really isn't any new YouTubers I'd like to watch because nobody's real. Like, it's been a while since I found somebody who I've been like, oh yeah, you are super authentic and I really love what you have to say. It doesn't, like, nobody feels like that. It just feels like everybody's trying to get views. Everybody's just trying to see if they can monetize this because they don't want to have to work a real job. And while I don't want to have to work a real job, my other video, I mentioned that. It's just the main issue I had with working a real job, oh, what the fuck, was the mindset of you're only as good as your last paycheck or like your biggest paycheck, you know? It's that type of feeling where if you're not always your best, which is impossible, you are a failure and you will not amount to what you need to amount to become successful or to have people like you. And that is a very, very bad spot for everybody to be in. And I know a lot of people relate to that feeling because they've been there. And they might not even know it, but a lot of these big companies, a lot of these big jobs really do take advantage of that emotional fact that you are unaware, especially if you're a kid like me. You're 18 years old, you're 16, you're 15, whatever you are. Or hell, maybe you might be 30 and you haven't even realized it yet. You really are being taken advantage of by corporate America. And this isn't going to turn to something political. I don't feel like it's correct for businesses to act like you are a failure or you are not worth their time unless you put on your best behavior or some shit like that. What the hell? Where are you supposed to... Alright. If you're not 100% all the time and you're not perfect, it's like you don't deserve any recognition and you have to earn your recognition. But the issue is you could work your ass off at first, kind of do the best you can do, and then settle in, right? Like any job or anything you do, work your ass off. If you really want it to succeed and want it to be something you work towards, you work your ass off for it and you really try to make it work. And then once you finally get comfortable and settled in, that's when you just kind of slow down a little bit, you know? Don't burn yourself out as much and kind of leave way for the better things in life. It feels like in jobs, and especially in YouTube now, that's not how it is at all. It's just, oh, well, you better be on your, you better do the, you better have more views, you better have more subscribers, you better have a clickbaitier title, you better whatever. And it doesn't feel nearly as real. It just is like, it really does feel more of just people doing this as a job, which is not at all what YouTube was intended for. At least not what I think it was. It's kind of ridiculous how nobody wants to put in time to a hobby without monetizing it. I think everybody's so obsessed with making money nowadays, and I completely understand. Life is fucking expensive right now. It is not okay. It is insane how much we have to do and how hard we have to work just to afford basic things. But I think there definitely needs to be some room for just doing what I'm doing, or like playing Minecraft and making a fucking video, even if it gets 0 views for the rest of my life. I don't care. I just like that it's out there, and I like the feeling of it being just, I don't know. Like, even if it doesn't get any views, I would still have that feeling of, well, maybe it will. Maybe somebody will relate to it. Maybe I could help somebody through my video because they'll relate to it and they'll feel like, yeah, I thought about all that. I feel like nobody else has really said what I've been thinking, and this is really mentally helping me. I feel like there's been a lot of times in my life where I felt ways and nobody's really said it. Nobody's related to it off the bat, and so I feel weird bringing it up because I've never really heard anybody else talk about the issues I had. And so I was like, okay, well, it must just be a me thing, or maybe I'll just brush it off and everybody else has the same feelings. They just don't express them, so why should I? I don't know how true that is. I feel like it's not true, but regardless, I want to be that person that can be the voice for somebody else, whatever that looks like. Anybody else who's has these same concerns but feeling like they can't say them because their friend group doesn't like to talk about that shit, or their parents won't allow them to, or maybe their spouse even doesn't really care about talking about the deep emotional side of things. Motherfucker. I hope that maybe I could be that person to just like really help them relate to things. And I'm not doing anything special. I'm just playing Minecraft, making a video, talking. But you don't really have to do anything special. It's just being that voice, being that person for somebody else, whether you know you're going to help them or not, because I think that's what life's about. It's just being kind to people, making sure that everybody knows you're not truly alone. Yeah, you got to go through shit alone. You got to do things by yourself, but not all the time. You don't have to have all your same thoughts, like all by yourself. You don't have to sit there wondering if anybody relates to you. I don't think that's at all what it should be. So yeah, I'm not really too sure what this shorter video was about. I just kind of wanted to yap a little bit, like I always do, about random little shit I find on the internet and whatever. I really do believe that YouTube has changed, like Tommy said, and I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of not being seen necessarily because I'm not doing something insane or like on a Mr. Beast level, or I'm not heavily clickbaiting my titles and videos. Again, getting views is not my goal, but the more people that this reaches, the better ultimately, because I really want to help somebody and I really want to make somebody feel like they're not alone mentally. Like, whatever you're feeling, whatever your thoughts are, you can talk to someone, you can comment, you can request to talk to me. I don't really care. Just like you can talk to somebody. You can have those thoughts and you can have somebody else have those thoughts with you. You're not alone. And I said that last video. bit of a corny, cheesy line. You're never alone. It's fine. You can always have somebody to talk to. Because on one hand, it's true. On the other hand, I think there is something to be said for going through shit alone and just being authentically yourself through times of need and not going to other people even though you might feel like you need to, because it does develop your character and it does develop your resiliency. But those are rare instances. Most of the time, talking to people or just talking, even if it's just to yourself, really does help. It really does formulate your thoughts and feelings in a way that you can't do when you're just speaking to yourself in your head, or when you brush it off and don't come back to it. It's dangerous. Your brain is the most powerful element in your body, and if you don't take care of it, you don't listen to it, it will fuck you up. So anyway, YouTube has changed. I don't agree with how jobs in corporate America work because of that feeling of you're always a failure if you're not your best version of yourself, because nobody can do that. It really is impossible to be the best version of yourself all the time, because there's no peak to what's the best version of yourself. It's all subjective. It's all what people can get out of you. It's not even the best version of yourself. It's what they can do to milk you for whatever they need from you. So those are my thoughts and feelings about that type of shit. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm sorry for the harsh video, I guess. But yeah, love you all and good night, y'all.